What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be giving you guys my predictions for NXT TAKEOVER Vengeance Day, and I want to apologize, apparently something's going on with YouTube on my iPad. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I'm going to try and switch it up a little bit. I don't know how I'm going to, but I'm going to. So I'm going to try, and I'll probably end up trying to post the videos from the laptop and make the videos on here. So it's gonna be a little weird, so I do apologize if these things take a lot of time. But with that being said, let's get straight into the video. So first up, truth be told, we have 3 title matches and 2 Dusty Cup final matches. This one is MSK versus the Grizzly Young Veterans. This is going to be a very interesting matchup, given the fact that both MSK and the Grizzly Young Veterans have never been in the ring with one another. And if you guys remember last year, you know the Grizzly Young Veterans, they did the exact same thing last year. They dominated, and they completely dominated the match. Their matches last year, they went up against tag teams like the Undisputed Era, Webster and Andrews. This year it was against teams like I think, who was it? I think like Killian Dane and Drake Maverick, Ciampa and Thatcher, and of course also the Undisputed Era, just to name a few teams. But this is going to be a very interesting matchup. But if I were to predict who would win this one, I gotta go with the Grizzly Young Veterans on this one, just because they have more. Just because, in my opinion, given the fact that I've never seen an MSK in the ring up until they showed up in NXT a few weeks ago. GYV, they've dominated. They dominated NXT UK. They became the first ever NXT UK Tag Team Champions, and I think honestly, GYV could very may well be the ones to not only win the Dusty Cup, but also win the opportunity to face Birch and Lorcan for the NXT Tag Team title. So I gotta go with GYV on this one. Next up, we have Johnny Gargano versus Kushida for the NXT North American Championship. If you guys remember last night on NXT, Gargano tried to squeal his way out of the match, saying that Kushida broke his arm, and yeah, it didn't really do so. It didn't go so well, to be honest, for Johnny Gargano. But the match is actually going to happen, and this rivalry has been going on for a while now, even during the Dusty Cup. And it's interesting because when you think about it, Kushida is a multi-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. Gargano has traveled to Japan multiple times in his career, so this is going to be interesting. But I gotta put my money on Johnny Gargano, only because of the fact that he is going to have both. He's going to have his wife Candice LeRae, Indy Hartwell, and Austin Theory all in his corner, and they're gonna help him win. So I'm picking Johnny Gargano. Next up, we have Finn Balor versus Pete Dunne for the NXT title. This is going to be one hell of a matchup. One thing that you have to remember is that Balor had his jaw wired shut. I think it was at TakeOver 31, wasn't it? No, it was not. It was right. Yeah. Oh wait. Yes, it was. It was back at TakeOver. It was back at TakeOver 31 when Balor defeated Kyle O'Reilly with the coup de grace to retain the NXT title. This is going to be a very interesting development because Pete Dunne can actually target the jaw and re-injure it, which could potentially allow Pete Dunne to win the title. And honestly, I think Pete Dunne might pull it off, but you can never bet against Finn Balor, given the fact that he's the only superstar that has been in NXT the longest, for well over 1,100 days. I think now it's going on like 1,200 days or something like that. That's a long time. That is a long time. Nobody has ever been in NXT longer than Finn, and I think that experience for Finn could very may well come into play. Next up, we actually have the second Dusty Cup. This is actually for the women's side of things, as Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai will take on Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart. And this is actually this is interesting because both these two teams were actually a part of War Games last November, I believe. Last November, as it was Shotzi Blackheart, Ember Moon, Rhea Ripley, and Io Shirai. And of course, with Team LeRae, you had the captain, which was Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez, and Toni Storm. It's kind of fitting because because this last match that I'm going to talk about here in a minute is actually a triple threat match involving both Shirai and Toni Storm. This is going to be interesting because both these two teams have been in the ring together multiple times in the past, even also at War Games as well. And if I was a bet man, I would put my money on Gonzalez and Kai, but you can never count out Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart. I think those two could very may well win it. And a lot of people kept saying, had said that Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter were going to win the match. They were going to win the tournament. That did not come to pass. And I think if you think about it, the only team that was actually the sleeper team of the whole tournament was actually Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart, because a lot of people didn't think that Moon and Blackheart would make it this far. They thought, Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell are gonna win. We're gonna win their match against Moon and Blackheart, but that did not happen. So I would not bet against Gonzalez and Kai, given how powerful Raquel Gonzalez is. But Moon and Blackheart, they've been slept on for a while now, and they could pull it off. And then, of course, again, as I mentioned, we have Io Shirai defending her women's title, her NXT women's title against Toni Storm and Mercedes Martinez. And it's interesting because Mercedes Martinez and Toni Storm were actually a tag team during the Women's Dusty Cup, which featured some incredible teams. Obviously, one was, again, Kai and Gonzalez, Moon and Blackheart, Storm and Martinez, LeRae and Hartwell. Who else can I name? Just to name a few of them. This is going to be interesting because Toni Storm and Io Shirai have known each other for years, dating all the way back to their days in Japan, and I think their rivalry could spark Martinez to just swipe in a victory, becoming NXT Women's Champion, because we all know Toni Storm and Io Shirai, their egos could very may well get in the way in the matchup. And honestly, I think, again, that could very may well allow Mercedes Martinez to come in, launch a series of attacks, and potentially pin one of the two women, and her becoming NXT Women's Champion. But if I had to put my money on one, Io Shirai, she's been dominant ever since winning the title. I think it was at TakeOver in Your House, actually. At NXT TakeOver in Your House, she beat Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley to win the title. And I think Io Shirai might pull it off. But guys, that's going to do it for this video. That brings me to the question of the day. What are your guys' predictions for NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day, let me know in the comments below. And that is going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more pay-per-view prediction videos, which gets posted like once, maybe twice a month, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you guys do not miss out on any new content that comes your way. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. All the links will be down in the description. And if you guys have any fan mail that you want to send me and want me to open up on the channel, because in 2021, I will be doing fan mail. My address is in the description. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.